And that is certainly a sentiment repeated by those who knew Biffle's legacy, both on the track and off the track. I spoke to someone here in the Triad who says the driver was one of the greats, of course, but he wanted to do everything he could to help others off the track, too.
You never expect it to happen, and when it does, it's just such a shock.
The racing community is grappling with a tremendous loss, both on the track and off.
He was a great race car driver, but he was a better person. I mean, he was one of the finest people you'd ever meet, and he was always had a smile, always friendly, and he was always very approachable. I never ever really saw him in a bad mood. He was always happy-go-lucky and happy in life.
Greg Biffle, known as the Biff, was one of NASCAR's 75 greatest drivers.
By becoming one of the top 75 drivers in NASCAR, I mean, there's been a lot of people in the years that have raced with NASCAR, and he's one of the greatest.
Colbert Seagraves is the son of NASCAR Hall of Famer Ralph Seagraves and the executive director of the Nash Museum. Few people in the Triad know more about NASCAR's history than he does.
Greg was he was a bright star out on the West Coast. That's where he got his start. Kevin Harvick, those guys, they were the West Coast guys that came in after Jeff Gordon, and he was actually discovered by Benny Parsons.
Biffle was the first driver to win championships in both the NASCAR Truck Series and the Xfinity Series, and had 19 wins in the Cup Series.
He was always a very, very tough competitor, a great race car driver, and he was always well liked by the competitors and the fans.
But off the track, what set Biffle apart is that he was a humanitarian who cared for his community, especially in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene.
He was instrumental in flying his helicopter, taking supplies in, getting people, search and rescue. In fact, they threatened to arrest him, and he just went and did what he needed to do.
He leaves behind a lasting legacy, not only within the racing community, but also well beyond.
They leave a legacy behind, and they'll be remembered forever. They'll never be forgotten.
Biffle was always doing things to help others, and he has been nominated for the NASCAR Hall of Fame.